Колеги, ми продовжуємо.
Esteemed colleagues, we continue our working day. The floor is given to the spokesman of the presidential administration on the ATO issues, Colonel Oleksandr Motuzyanyk. Good afternoon, dear journalists. I would like to offer to your attention information over the 24 hours what happened in ATO zone. In the Lugansk sector, the illegal armed formations twice violated the ceasefire regime near Trojizbenga. Our ATO forces immediately retaliated. Also in the area of Popasna, the rebels actually started enemy snipers shot at the Ukrainian positions. All in all, there were 3 shootings registered. In Donetsk sector, we have the round-the-clock combat actions off Avdiivka. In addition to the powerful mortar bombardment, the enemy also used the tube artillery, 122 millimeter howitzers. Also, they used in the Yusuvate 4 enemy 152 cannons gets in. Also, they use very often they use the heavy weaponry, including the tube artillery, which is actually means violation of several provisions of the Minsk agreements. Also, the rebels became more active in the western suburbs of Gorlivka, near Zaitsevo-Novgorodsk. In particular, the enemy snipers are very active there, and the rebels fired at the same time on different outposts of Ukrainian troops within the 15-kilometer section of the front line. In addition to that, the powerful bombardment took place in the Lugansk and Pisky, respectively, from the armored infantry vehicles and mortar launchers. All in all, there were 32 shootings cases in the Donetsk sector. The situation in the Mariupol section or sector abruptly deteriorated. Yesterday night, near Gnutovo-Shirokino, the enemy shot from the mortars. It was a kind of heavy fire at our positions. They launched more than 100 mines. Over the last 24 hours, nobody of our servicemen was killed, but 1 serviceman was wounded. In the town Teresk, owing to the vigilance of the local residents, the policemen revealed the anti-tank grenade launcher in the wooded area. Also, they seized the rifle, short rifle, from the driver of one of the vehicles near Slovyansk. In the command, in the special aerial forces of the armed forces of Ukraine, they have now a special exercise. According to their task, the servicemen of the Special Airborne Forces, they took care of the multi-kilometer route march from their place of constant dislocation and reached the place of dislocation. Also, in the armed forces of the armed forces of Ukraine, they continue the strategic exercise, the Spring Thunderstorm 2016. Some divisions, all services of the armed forces of Ukraine, they actually increased their skill in the adequate response to different threats in all possible directions in order to rebuff the possible attacks. In the Lugansk region, they opened a new checkpoint Zolote. The checkpoint, which is located at the corridor Stakhanov-Zolote-Gursky-Lysychansk, at the distance about 2 kilometers from the line of contact. This is the only checkpoint in the Lugansk area where this kind of contact line could be crossed either by pedestrians or by vehicle. And the throughput capacity of this checkpoint is about 5,000 persons and 1,500 vehicles per day. Channel 5, according to the information which was provided by spokesman of the Donetsk sector today in the early morning from 6 till 8 a.m. There was a very heavy shooting registered. More than 200 mines of different caliber were launched. Can you tell us about the situation available today there? And the second question, they also informed us that the illegal armed formations also shot at their own positions in the territories where the peaceful population resides. Can you give us more details about that? Speaking about that, so yes, indeed, about 6 to 7 a.m. This morning, the rebels shot at our positions near Zaitsevo at Mayorsk. And during this shooting, they launched about 200 mines at our positions. This bombardment stopped by now. Preliminary can say that the ATO forces they suffered some losses, but we are going to give you specific figures about that tomorrow during our briefing. As for the rebel shooting their own positions, we repeatedly inform you that this is true information. More than once, the rebels shot at our positions. They turned their weapons in the to their own positions. They shot at them, and later they tried to put the blame at the door of our troops for the allegedly that the Ukrainian forces violate the Minsk agreements. I cannot tell you where specifically they do that. Actually, wherever we have the contact line with our enemy, they try to do the same, and we try to immediately inform our public about the alleged accusation of our forces from their part. Question from the UCMC today. Olga Reshetilova, she wrote in her Facebook page that today about 6 o'clock, Dmitry Lutsenko, with the nickname Godzilla, was killed this morning. Can you confirm this information or disavow that? Once again, I say yes. There was our positions were shot at near Zaitsev and Mayorsk by our enemy. I already mentioned that there is a preliminary information that we suffered some losses, but exactly specifically how many losses we suffered, we are going to inform you tomorrow at the same time. Thank you, Kennel, and the briefing has come to a close. Next briefing we are going to have at 1300.